Community Creature Vote winner. ARK 2 fishing reveal. And a new ARK roadmap spelling concerns. You're right kids, it's Raasclark and welcome to your regular ARK community news. Before we begin, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, share around, and let's get into it. So Community Crunch 367 was brought to us last night, introducing us to ARK 2 fishing. Can't say I'm the biggest fan of fishing myself, owed to a lot of frustration trying to get particular BPs, but it's back and bigger and better than it ever was before. With the devs quoting, "Picture this, colourful bobbers bobbing, flashy lures shimmering, and fishing rods at the ready." Feels like something I wrote myself. You've got the legendary coelacanth, the feisty Exelia, and the trusty trout in your sights. The thrill of the catch and the epic stories of the ones that got away make every moment unforgettable. Seeming to offer us a brand new fishing pole to craft. Maybe we're going to have different variations of it from primitive to ascendant. Are we even going to get different qualities of items? Wildcard haven't mentioned that as far as I'm aware. With bobbers and lures to combine with your fishing pole, I'm guessing to use to accommodate different types of fish, of which we see 3 here in the image presented. The coelacanth and Exelia, as we just mentioned, and a trout and sturgeon. Interesting to see new varieties of fish. No saber-tooth on this list, which is interesting. Perhaps they're just diversifying the saber-tooth to other variations which look a bit similar to it. Trout! Didn't realise that was quite a prehistoric creature, though it does beg the question, are we still in a prehistoric encompassing storyline as ARK was first introduced? I don't think we really are at this point because, you know, fantasy creatures have been introduced. Do we still need to reflect on dinosaurs? Is that where ARK 2 is still going? Food for thought, or fish for thought? We can also see within this picture a budding survivor wielding said fishing pole, which seems to be a nod to the apparel we've seen from the characters in the first ARK 2 trailer, though I don't think we've seen it in this setup with some lovely worn sandals to boot. It'll be interesting if Wildcard follow the same format of ARK 1, where it's a button bashing minigame, and certainly a frustrating one at that, waiting and at the last moment break your concentration when the button command pops in and for you to lose said fish and have to try all over and wait again. And that's it for ARK 2 at the moment. We're going to keep getting reveals like this throughout the year. Apparently not much more than this concept is all we're going to see until next year. So what else has been delivered? Well, the Community Creature Vote has finally announced its winner with over 48k votes. The Gigantoraptor people made it through to the final. A very surprising winner, if I don't say so myself, despite it already being in a previous vote round. I didn't expect it to win for some reason. It looks cool. It's got a lot of promise. It's a giant fluffy raptor in some regard, I guess. Not really. A lot of people out there will tell me, no, you got that wrong. But to me, it is big, giant, fluffy raptor, though perhaps more akin to an oviraptor. But raptors are a mainstay in ARK, and good to see a new one coming to Ragnarok when it arrives to ARK Survival Ascended. Pitched with a great description by the submitter, saying, with formidable claws and strong kicking legs, this allosaur-sized theropod almost appears like an apex predator. However, in most cases, this dotting parent is never seen far from its mate and clutch of eggs. Their bond seems to run far deeper than any other species I've observed, as whenever they perceive their brood to be in danger, it manifests into a rush of adrenaline dubbed Mother's Fury. This allows them to grapple with threats far larger than other animals their size. With some other great abilities pitched to this, such as an OSD style nest defense in a taming process against the grain of the conventional egg steel, which they said themselves is now a boring thing to see. With a range of things offered, like it becoming a blend of an air conditioner and the S Plus Nano many incubating eggs dropped near it, helping to imprint on growing dinosaurs by completing cuddle interval requests, increasing its combat abilities when surrounded by baby creatures, and attacks like a powerful kick, double claw, swipe, and peck attack. Although with previous community creature votes, the abilities pitch never fully came to fruition, looking at monkeys with guns, for example. Though the Rhino-Nather, when that came out, it certainly surprised everybody when it became the Sky Giga / Tuzo it was pitched as. So who knows? These abilities all might pull through when it drops on Ragnarok whenever that comes out. Though the devs polished off to let us know there's going to be another vote, but this time for Aberration. Stay tuned for more details. That vote in particular, I'm very interested in how Wildcard decide to pursue this. Up until now, it's all been very factually prehistoric dinos, but Aberration is quite a fantasy setting, in my opinion. So will Wildcard decide to make you submit creatures with a fantasy setting? And if that's the case, there's a wide variety of things offered there. In fact, we did a vote for just that in a top 10 poll a few weeks ago. Pluggity plug plug, I'll leave a link to that in the description. On top of another reminder that yes, Genesis is coming to Nintendo Switch and coming very soon on June the 30th, and an Evo event on top with a bit of 2x unofficial all the way up to 5x on Conquest, and some shout outs to some great talented people within the community. Well, there was one very small piece of information tacked onto this I think we need to talk about. The dev said we have an update coming to the ASA roadmap next week, so stay tuned. As I said last week, I do think ARK Survival Ascended won't meet this end of August date it was originally pitched for, and probably will see it much later in the year. If we're getting a new roadmap, that to me means an adjusted roadmap, which means an adjusted date for ARK Survival Ascended. And you know what? That's fine. If it has to be delayed, it has to be delayed. There's no issue with that. The devs need time to make it as best as they possibly can. I know I joked about Dolly giving us incorrect information last weekend, but it was just a joke about product manager Dolly getting it wrong. But even she said herself that it was a joke, re the semantics of an exact date versus by the end of, hence the he at the end. With a lot of people really pulling up Dolly on this particular message. I don't know whether this was all referencing the video I did last weekend. I really hope not, and I hope I didn't spur it on to become this thing, because a lot of people are attacking Dolly and Wildcard for this, and it just to me doesn't feel right at all. Right now, barely any Wildcard dev is communicating anything with us. Dolly is perhaps the only one who's at least conversing within the Discord, and I'd hate to diminish that and isolate Dolly on top to get literally nothing from nobody in any forum whatsoever. So I think I'm just trying to advise, I guess it's okay to poke fun, just make sure we're being respectful about it, you know. Listen, Wildcard, they've got a track record for delays, though that being said, the last few maps were dropped on time, and it's good to poke fun at that. Why not have a bit of a laugh at the same time? And a delay inevitable, I think, at this point, and I'm sure next weekend I'll be proven right. Maybe, we'll see. But at the end of the day, I think what I'm just trying to conclude here is, yes, I know there's a lot of drama going on behind the scenes aimed at both Wildcard and Snail Games, and looking specifically at Wildcard, remember, they are human beings. Whilst it's great to provide constructive criticism on stuff, there's ways to do it. And with a lot of promise upcoming over the next year from the team, I still do have every bit of confidence in them to deliver. Call me a fanboy all you want, a shill, but I just simply want to see the best version of ARK, and it's being developed by the team who know ARK, who know what we want from ARK. I'm sure they're going to deliver the best version of ARK they possibly can when it arrives to us. With a few more gaming conventions on the horizon, such as the Xbox Showcase dropping on July the 11th, and of course Gamescom, which seems to be a much more prominent one this year, looking at, well, E3 got cancelled, so what else is there out there to really get all the devs together? Nintendo are going to be there for the first time in like 4 years. There's a possibility, though a very small possibility, Wildcard might attend this one, and they may just choose not to show their trailer at either this or that and do it themselves as they've always done, drop it to us by surprise, maybe even for their next Extra Life event, though if that happens that means ASA is definitely delayed. Well, we'd know by then, by the time that came out, and then I'm gonna guess December. I'm still sticking to it, December. What do you think? When do you think this is going to come out? Comment below, let me know. Until the next one, my name's Raasclark. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and as always, peace out.